Evening, everyone. We're back in the shed. Gary's popped round. It's been, what, 2 weeks now?
Couple of weeks, yeah.
We've been so busy. He's been busy doing
This, that and the
work,
other.
yeah, and I've been decorating and working and all sorts of stuff. But now we're back, and a couple of little specials here for you tonight. It's nice to be back, actually.
Yeah.
Feels like a long time ago, doesn't it?
It does. It seems like a long time ago, because the last time we was talking about what was it now, Madonna and stuff, wasn't it? And
that's right.
the Madonna record.
Yeah.
And some others I can't remember now. Oh, I know. Yeah, because I bought something that I was meant to bring that night, because I remembered to bring it this time. So
yeah. Week before that was Pretty Peaches.
Yeah.
One of our most popular videos, you filthy lot.
Yeah. It's funny how people were really into that one. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, but I mean, yeah, it's good stuff, that, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was great.
It was a nice little mysterious 80s, sort of like near the mark version, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. We went a little bit adult for a week. I don't know what happened, but you know, we did. Quick shout out to Michael Postlethwaite, who's got a really good paranormal page and paranormal merchandise. It's a lovely little site he's got there, and expert on the camera and filming and everything, and also does pretty much everything, makes stuff, all sorts of bits and pieces.
In a band as well, yeah?
Yeah, he's in a band as well, yeah. I understand, yeah. It's called Ultimate Haunted UK. I've put a little link in here, you'll see it on the video here, and just Ultimate Haunted UK, or I'll put a link in the description down below. He's doing really well on the site, and he's got some good stuff on there. Check it out if you're into the paranormal and seeing it done as it should be done. Check it out. Good guy. Let's go.
All right,
Let's
okay.
have a look, see what we've got tonight.
All right. Well, the first one up then is because you said they wanted us to talk about Hellraiser.
That was Stoven. If you're watching tonight, Stoven, this one's for you, mate.
Yeah.
We can't get.
No.
We couldn't get Hellraiser. I've got it somewhere, but I can't find it.
Yeah, and I haven't got it on video or DVD for some reason. It's one of them things that you think you would have, but couldn't find it. But I got this one, which is Hellraiser 3. That's Hellraiser 3.
Yeah, number 3.
And it's not bad actually. Hellraiser 3, Hell on Earth, and it's a while since I watched it, but I think it starts off with this like guy in this club or something, and it's like a guy who runs this nightclub, you know, and he's into all this sort of like stuff, you know, and it says on the back, Joey Summerskill is an ambitious TV reporter whose life is changed forever when she witnesses the horrific death of a tormented boy torn apart by chains. So obviously that's what happens in that, you know. It's pretty mad.
But I don't know if any of you have seen the first Hellraiser. Was pretty at the time pretty creepy, wasn't it?
I mean it was. I mean when it first came out, the first Hellraiser, it was because it's Clive Barker, the guy who writes the horror books and that. And when it first came out, there wasn't really much around at that time like that. I mean, loads of Stephen King stuff and all that, but it wasn't anything as really gruesome as Hellraiser, and the creatures in it as well. And also, do you remember the guy in the first Hellraiser was the actor? What's his name? I can't remember his name now, but he played Scorpio in Dirty Harry. Andy Robinson.
Andy Robinson, yeah.
Yeah, and he was in Hellraiser, and it was the first thing I think I'd ever seen him in after seeing him in Dirty Harry, like, you know, all them years ago.
I always found the Hellraiser funny, the bloke with the shades on.
Yeah.
Like a fella with a bald head.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, I thought, he just didn't seem to fit in with the
the
rest of the film.
The rest of them were like weird creatures, weren't they? I mean, this was like an amazing feat of makeup, wasn't it? All these pins and that.
It was really, yeah. I mean, for the time.
Yeah. And if you see the guy in real life, he's just like a normal kind of guy with like going a bit bald on top, you know.
But I suppose he wouldn't have any pins in, would he? Really?
Of course not. No, you wouldn't do it, like, you know what I mean. But so there's Hellraiser 3, and if I see the other two about, I'll get them and we can talk about them. But so I thought myself, and I remember there was one bit in that first one with Andy Robinson, and I think the other guy was in it and all. That guy who used to be in Shine on Harvey Moon, that Kenneth Cranham.
Yeah.
I think he was in the first one.
Yeah, good actor him.
But there's a bit.
Was Timothy Spall in it as well, or not?
I don't know. It could have been, because I mean it was like about 1986 that came out.
That sort of thing. It was around the same time of another film called Scream Time.
Scream Time.
Remember it?
Yeah.
Which was a selection of a trio of different stories.
It was
quite horrific as well. I remember rightly.
Yeah,
you know?
It was quite good actually. And that Timothy Spall was in another thing called Dream Demon, wasn't it?
That's right. Yeah.
Which was it looked when you see it, it looked like an American thing, but then when you watched it, you realise it was English sort of horror, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
what was the other one that Timothy Spall was in? When it was that weird giving birth type Willow Wood or.
Oh, that was good. That was.
I can't remember the name of it.
That was called Wakewood.
Wakewood. That's a good film. You should check that one out. It's really almost like, you know, like you go to some of these places in Cornwall or rural sort of places, and it reminds me of proper what England is like in those places where you're not sure what's going on, almost like a hidden agenda.
Yeah, it definitely was.
It's a weird place. Like
yeah, I like that film. That was good. It was a little bit like like how things was in the 70s, like the sort of like the Wicker Man or something, or
very witchcraft,
like paganist sort of thing. Yeah, and they were like they was able to get their child back for 1 day or 2 days, weren't they?
That's right.
But they wasn't allowed to. They had to sort of go by the rules of it, and they didn't follow the rules, and it all went pear shaped, didn't it? But yeah, it was good.
They sort of preyed on parents who'd lost their children.
Yeah.
And they contacted the parents and said, "You've got one opportunity to see your kids again. Do you want to go for it?"
Yeah.
And everyone's like, "Yeah, of course we will." But there were circumstances that they sort of told them, but they didn't care. They wanted to see them, didn't they?
They didn't care, did they? They wanted to do it anyway, and then they wanted to keep the child then, and it weren't possible, and that's when everything started going wrong, didn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was good. It was quite an unusual sort of film, you know, like a new modern day horror sort of thing, wasn't it? Right, the next one is the one that I forgot to bring last time, and it's the 1970s Blaxploitation classic Cleopatra Jones.
Oh, yeah. That's fantastic. That film.
I just love that cover and that, you know. But the guy who directed that was the guy that done that one Race with the Devil that we was talking about last time, with Peter Fonda and Warren Oates, but the Satanists and that, you know. And
did we review that last time?
We did it last time, and I meant to bring that along as well because it's the same guy directed it, but I forgot the video. But I've brought it along tonight just to sort of follow up on that.
I need to watch that again.
Yeah,
Ride with the Devil.
Yeah,
and this as well. You know.
Yeah, it's good. That Race with the Devil's a brilliant film. You know, it's one of them films I could watch it over and over again. But that was one of the first. I mean, that was come along the coattails of things like Shaft and Superfly, but it was the first like a woman action hero. Yeah. So and her name's Tamara Dobson. Now she was in. After that, she made one called Cleopatra Jones and the Temple of Gold or something, which was set in the Philippines. And then she was in. She appeared in Chained Heat, the classic Chained Heat
with Linda
Blair.
Yeah, of course.
We were going to be planning to do a special on soon.
Yeah, we will be. We're going to do a Linda Blair special, sort of all of her films, really.
Yeah,
you know,
all the stuff we've got, we pull it together and.
Yeah, Savage Streets. And what's the one I sent to you the other day that I'd never heard of?
Yeah, I've never ever seen that. It was. What was it now? A Sarah. Portrait of a teenage alcoholic.
Yeah, it looks really good. You know, I've never seen it.
No,
never seen it. And that must have been shortly after Exorcist, I reckon, because she looks slightly older.
Yeah, I think it was, because Exorcist was about 1972, 73.
Yeah.
And that was about 1974, I think, that one. But she looks really young in it still, didn't she?
Yeah. But we'll do a couple of specials. We'll do Linda Blair, we'll do, Karen Black.
Yeah.
Someone like that.
Yeah.
And who was the other girl, the English one that we like?
What's her name?
She was in things like The Professionals. She was in another film about devil worship, wasn't she?
Oh yeah.
I can't think of her name. It escapes me at the moment.
Can't remember now.
Yeah, we'll do one of her anyway, even though we can't remember her name.
We'll find out who it is and then we'll do it. Yeah.
Doing all right tonight, haven't we? But Cleopatra Jones. There's another one called Black Belt Jones.
Yeah, well that's it. Yeah, I mean I haven't got that. I mean I've got Black Belt Jones on a cassette from when I taped it off for TV when it was on Sky Movies years ago. I've still got that, but I don't think you can get Black Belt Jones. You can get it in the US, I think, but I've not seen it over here at all.
Classic that,
but that is good.
Real B movie, that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. And what's name's in this one as well? Shelley Winters, and she really overacts in this. She plays a character of Mommy, and every time you see her, she's got a different coloured wig on.
Right. Was she in the not the Anedian, like the Poseidon adventure.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
yeah, she
right.
was. Yeah, Shelley Winters was. She was in loads of films and that, you know. But I mean, and one of her most famous cult films is called Bloody Mama, where she plays Ma Barker.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, like a gangster's
Yeah,
mole, like you know,
yeah.
like a mum. Yeah, that's a good film.
Ma
That is.
Barker, yeah, and Robert De Niro's in there. He's
That's
really
right.
young in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, the next gem is this one, which I don't think we've spoke about yet. I don't know if we've spoke about this or not. This is The Clones.
I've never heard of it. The fuck's that?
Well, it was. I don't know if you remember or not, but when we worked at BT years ago, there was a guy called Tony, and he bought a load of videos from a video shop somewhere, and he bought them in for us to look at, and they were really the most excruciating B movies ever. I mean, some of them were the effects were so bad, and they all had different titles and all different, you know, sort of like some of them were like Chinese action films and that. And do you remember there was one scene where a plane was going through the air and it just exploded like that, and it was like real fake effects and that.
If I remember rightly, one of them had like a parachute on a bloke coming down.
Yeah.
And you could see the blokes holding it, couldn't you?
That's
above the scenery. It was awful.
Yeah.
Awful. I mean, we like a B movie, but that was,
I know, it was pretty bad.
That was a bit much. So what's the concept of this one?
But this one is it's about a scientist, and he finds out that he's being cloned.
Right.
And so there's two of them running around. There's him, like the original one, and there's his clone running around. But the actor in it, what's it say, Michael Green? Yeah, Michael Green. He's one of them actors that you see his face and you think, oh yeah, I know him. He's been in Live and Die in LA. He was in that.
That actually came with the same batch, didn't it? If I remember rightly.
Yeah, I think so.
It did.
Yeah, same sort of stuff, you know. And Live and Die in LA is a great film.
Yeah.
That's William Marshall or William Peterson, who's in CSI. But that Michael Green is in that. But I mean, it is a bit naff in places, but it's also not too bad. I mean, you know, some parts of it are quite good. Some of the chase scenes and that. But
I mean, straight away. Just read it back. It's just the way they announce it.
Yeah.
It was a routine morning in the nuclear accelerator laboratory.
Yeah, I know.
As it is, you know.
Just routine, like, you know. You know, just business as normal in the nuclear accelerator lab. You know, I mean, as if anything could ever be normal procedure in a place like that.
It's strange.
But I like the beginning credits to it, like when he's getting cloned and that, and it all like goes all like the picture shakes and that, you know. And the guy, there's another guy in it called Otis Young, black guy,
right?
And he was in a film called The Last Detail with Jack Nicholson. But he's the only other actor that I recognise in that. I mean, it says John Barrymore Jr., but I don't even know what he looks like. So.
And for you to not know someone,
well, normally I would know. You know, I would go out of my way to find out. You know what I mean?
But that is, and they've got a side bit on it.
No, exactly. Yeah, whoever's put the video out, they couldn't even be bothered to make a proper sleeve for it. It just did a front card and a back card.
The clothes.
To hell with that bit.
Yeah. Okay.
Right, next one. I got this today actually, but I didn't even know. I've never seen it.
Right.
It's Phantasm 2.
Well, one of my favourite films was Phantasm.
Yeah.
I might actually watch that again. You know, Phantasm, because I think it's a great film, and the wife, it's one of her favourites.
Yeah, it's great. It's a good film, isn't it?
Yeah. It's some creepy stuff in it. I've never heard of Phantasm 2.
No. I mean, I know that you can get. I've seen like a box set of all the Phantasm films, so obviously they did make them, but I've never seen them. I've only ever seen the first one.
It's a really weird cover as well.
Yeah,
don't you see that?
It's similar to the first cover, but it's Phantasm 2, and I don't know. I suppose Phantasm was made in 1979, so that's got to be maybe about 83 or something. But I see that today, and I thought, oh yeah, got to get that because I do like that franchise of horror films, you know.
And I remember when I first see it, and you got the metal ball, like a chrome ball with the blades on it, chasing you down the corridor. I used to think,
I mean,
it used to frighten me. It did.
I mean, the first Phantasm, there's a scene in it which makes me roar with laughter. Actually, it's just crazy. It's where the kid, the old man,
the Max Wall,
the crypt keeper guy, his finger gets chopped off, and the kid puts it in a box. And then when he goes back to his house, he opens the box and there's a dirty great fly comes out.
Just a fly?
It just buzzes at him. It's like a massive big ball of black with these red eyes. He goes zzz, and goes in, and he goes out and he goes in, and he's standing there, and you see the back of his hair go up like that, you know.
Weird,
And
I don't remember that
the
bit.
thing is in his hair at the back, and it comes up, and then he get in somehow, and then he's fighting with it, and he gets it into the waste disposal in the end, and just flushes it down there. But it's just bizarre. Like, how could a finger turn into a fly? You know what I mean?
Imagine, so you don't know anything about this one?
No, I've not watched it yet. I just got it today. I thought as soon as I got it today, I'd bring it round. So
Looks pretty good, actually.
yeah, I'll have a look at it, and the next time we can do a update on it.
I said it was on Fangoria TV as well.
Yeah,
on magazine.
Yeah, that was a good magazine, that,
Yeah,
wasn't it? Fangoria. Yeah, Fangoria TV spot starring Angus Scrim. So that's who he is, isn't it? The tall man is back with a vengeance.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that scene in the street where he stops and looks.
Yeah.
In Phantasm, and he sort of looks right in the camera, and you think, oh.
Yeah, it's really weird, and he's doing that walk, isn't he? Where he's walking, but his arms are going the other way.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's opposite.
It's really eerie. Yeah.
But they knew how to make them back then.
They did. Yeah, they did. I mean, you know, I still say that was the best time for horror films, really. The late 70s, early 80s, like, you know.
Because they do it very well nowadays, but I think they try to be too creepy.
Yeah.
But when you see a certain thing, a weird figure or something, a bit like The Exorcist, when you see the original cut of The Exorcist, when you see her climb down the stairs backwards.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, that's just awful.
It's weird, isn't it? It's just too weird for words, isn't it?
And that's the thing, your brain can't
Yeah.
understand what's going on. And
That's
I
right.
love that. I think it's great, you know. But now it's either jump scares or, you know, I keep saying about Terrify. A lot of people didn't like it. But
I've never seen it.
Fantastic.
But, yeah.
And you?
No, I haven't seen it. No, I've been looking for it.
Watch it.
I did see it, but it's gone now. I can't seem to find it.
Just
now.
something about it.
Because when I see it, I'm going to get it. You know, definitely. But I mean, yeah, that's it. That's basically it. Isn't it? You want to look at something, and I've always been more of a fan of sort of like eerie stuff and creepy stuff, whereas like real like gore and that, you know.
Because The Entity got you, didn't it? You didn't like that, did you? Was that the one? Was it The Entity? There was something like that. It was something where the devil had got involved. It was invisible.
Yeah, that was the entity, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, where she was being, it was like a poltergeist.
That's
or
right.
something.
Yeah, actually rapes a woman. You know, you don't see anything, but obviously she's thrashing around on the bed, sort of thing, and it's
Barbara
quite weird.
Hershey, that was, wasn't it?
Again, it's playing with your mind. It's the unseen.
Yeah.
It's the not knowing, you know, what sort of, you know, going on, because your mind makes up a picture.
That's it. Yeah, definitely. You know, it's like I said, but I mean, yeah, that was the Phantasm films were good, you know. And what's the next one I got? Right, this is one that I watched the other night, and I was really impressed with it. It's Angelina Jolie, and it's called Gia.
Right.
And it's basically it's a film about this fashion model from the 80s. Her name was Gia. What's it sound? Gia Karangi or something.
Gia Karangi. Yeah.
And she was like a Vogue model, you know, but she was like a real bad girl. And I mean, that is just like the story of her life. But that's got to be one of her early films, Angelina Jolie, because she looks really young in it.
Yeah.
And I can't remember what her first films were now. I mean, she's so big a star now.
I see. Yeah.
But this was a film she made early on in her career. And of course, when I'd watched that film, it's a sad film actually, because it's all about this girl and she died, you know, basically. But I mean, it's a sad sort of film. But then I started thinking, well, once I watched the film, I wanted to find out about the real person.
Yeah, I like that. So, that's when you know you got a good film.
Yeah,
yeah.
So I looked on Google to see, and the girl is like stunning, just really stunningly attractive girl, you know. And but you know, and she died young because she had like an excessive life. But she wasn't like all those supermodels. There was vacuous supermodels like Naomi Campbell and all them that parade around.
Yeah.
She was like a model, but she just used to like, you know, she was like kind of a, I don't know, like she was like a bit alternative, I suppose.
Yeah. I mean, it says here she was one of the first women in America whose death was attributed to by the HIV virus.
Well, yeah, that's it.
Tumulus rise and subsequent demise from the excesses of the 80s.
Yeah.
So obviously.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. No, I don't think she was like a. It was before supermodels, really. Like, you know, obviously that was a thing that came in the late 80s, early 90s, when you had Cindy Crawford and all those, like, you know. But this was just the one of those. girls that you might pick up look at a front cover and think, well, she's nice, but not know who she was. They were just models. But yeah, it's a good film actually, and she looks. I mean, she's nice anyway. I like Angelina Jolie anyway. So
I like her dad.
Yeah, Jon
Voight. Jon Voight. You got to go a long way to beat him for actor.
Yeah.
Jon
Voight was one of my dad's favourite actors. He liked him. Brilliant. And he really liked Midnight Cowboy.
Oh, it was great, wasn't it?
Just like
Dustin Hoffman.
Brilliant. I mean, he's been in a few good films. I mean, my old man liked sort of like spy thrillers and things like that, and he liked the Odessa File, which was another one that he was in. But I don't think I remember him watching Deliverance, but I don't think it was one of his favourites. But Midnight Cowboy, the Odessa File.
The Champ was a good film.
Yeah, The Champ. He liked The Champ. Yeah, because that was an old one before, wasn't it? Like an old film.
Was it Kramer versus Kramer he was in as well? Have I got that wrong?
I think that Kramer versus Kramer was Dustin Hoffman.
Dustin Hoffman, yeah. I always get that.
Yeah,
because they was in it together. I think.
That's right. Yeah, but he made a film. Jon Voight. He made a film in the 80s, and I think it was called Table for Five or something.
Right.
And he came to London to film it, and. At the time, I was working in London in a hotel, and they were staying there. All the film crew and all the kids was it. There was about 8 kids in this film, and they was all staying in the hotel apparently. But it might have been before I got there actually. But I remember them telling me that they had a whole floor basically, the whole film crew, because they were filming in London all the time or something. But he's good,
But you also met someone quite special in the hotel, didn't you?
Yeah,
heart to heart, wasn't it?
That's right. Yeah, one day I was just coming out the service lift, and the door opened, and who should be standing there but Robert Wagner and Stephanie Powers, and they were obviously confused. They didn't know where they were, and she had the same gear on that she wore in the programme. She had like a roll-neck sweater and a tweed jacket and all that puffed up hair that she had.
Brilliant. Yeah.
And I've looked at them and I thought, blimey, this is them. And they were looking for the lift, obviously. And I said, no, you got to go out there. I said, this is the service lift. But yeah, he seemed a little bit, all this. But she was quite nice, actually. Yeah.
I remember reading a story about her being a sex mad or something, wasn't she? Do you remember?
Well, yeah, because she was married to the actor William Holden, wasn't she?
That's right, yeah. But apparently she went for one of the housekeepers, a bloke.
Yeah.
And he reported her for sexual harassment.
Blimey, yeah.
Whether it was true or not, I don't know. But I remember reading that in a paper once.
Blimey, I can't imagine, like...
Could have been you, mate.
Well,
could have been you.
I certainly wouldn't have reported her for harassment,
no.
That's for sure.
Yeah, that's it. Got off into the sunset with her.
No, I wouldn't have reported her at all. I'd have, But I mean, but like I said, there's a lot of famous people stayed there. You'd see people, you'd see people, and you think, I recognise that guy, but I don't know his name. Like one day, I was going in. They had flats on the side, like exclusive flats, and the actor Stuart Granger was staying.
Oh, yeah.
He lived there basically, but people would come out and you'd look at them and you'd think, where have I seen that guy before? I've definitely seen him somewhere. And then about 5 minutes later, you'd remember. And it was one day the guy from the Little House on the Prairie come out of there.
Oh, what?
Mr. Olsen, who used to run the
shop.
store.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I mean, I looked at him. I thought, I know that guy. And then,
Always felt a bit sorry for him having a wife like that.
Yeah, because his wife was cruel, wasn't she?
That's right.
Always on his case, wasn't she? Like, you know what I mean? His kids were spoiled, weren't they? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that horrible blonde one. Another nymphomaniac in real life, apparently. So we're going down that road yet again, I've got to stop this.
We seem to veer off, you know what I mean? We seem to veer off a bit, don't we?
Yeah, I mean, you've had a bit of fun today as well, haven't you? Was it today or yesterday? Almost blinded by a ladybird.
Oh yeah, bloody hell, yeah, because I ain't seen one for ages, and this thing flew in my eye, and it felt big. It felt like a wasp or something, and it bounced off my eye, and then sat on the wall, and it was a ladybird.
Yeah, don't see them about anymore.
Never seen ladybirds. No. I said to Paul, I can't believe it's just a ladybird. I ain't seen one in years. And then on the news tonight, it said there's a load of them come up or something because of the weather we've had this year.
Strange weather, ain't it?
And this one in particular, which is we're going to see a lot of, it's called a harlequin.
Oh, was it?
It's a harlequin ladybird. Yeah, it's got bigger spots or something, and a bit bigger. But they said nothing to worry about.
Don't know how we got on the subjects of ladybirds from Cleopatra Jones to ladybirds. I mean, we cover all aspects on this channel. That's why it's worth tuning in every week, you know.
You never know what you're going to get. Like, no. You know what I mean? It's random, really.
Yeah,
it just goes from one thing to the other.
It is. But as I say, quick update on the shed. Goes in on the 25th, I think it is, or 24th. So that new shed will be built. So this old one will come down.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's been a good old shed, this one.
Yeah.
And we'll be moving all the 3D prints back over to the new shed. Got a load of new ones up there. 3D prints behind as well. A couple of others to go up on the display.
Got the Predator back.
Yeah,
here.
Predator. You got Pennywise over in the corner. Been banished from the house. The missus didn't want him in there. So we'll put them in a new shed and we'll have a little background. It'll look quite smart.
It's good back there. It's like a workshop, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff we've got to do.
Yeah.
Got a lot of sorting out to do. Oh, here we go.
Wow.
Not even bonfire night yet. Right. Yeah.
Anyone think we was in LA?
Yeah. They obviously got no respect for a recording studio, have they? But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. And we're going to go in case we got caught a light.
We'll have to cut it short tonight.
Yeah, exactly. But that's what you get. You know, one of them things. Yeah, it's gone quiet now.
Yeah.
So we're going to say good night. And thanks for tuning in once again. And we'll see you next week.
Yep. Take it easy.
Ta-da.
See you then.
Cheers. Bye.